At first, I thought this story was a bit dead, but the more I looked into it, the more I realized that the media isn't giving us the true extent to how the unraveling of this story in the next couple of days will inform Israel's new plan. Assalamu alaikum guys, and welcome to another episode of Smile to Jannah. So freedom flotillas have been going into Gaza for the last 15 years. Their fate varies. Sometimes they get let in, often, and more recently, Israel has resorted in more extreme action. For example, in 2010, the Israeli army boarded this boat and killed 9 people on there. Other times, people have been arrested. 1 month ago, however, on the 2nd of May, something called a Conscience vessel was bombed by drones and its mission was derailed off the coast of Malta. Now, because there was no famous person on there, and because it wasn't documented, videos weren't being uploaded, and the profile wasn't as high, and because Israel muddied the waters and have kind of just brushed it aside, 22-year-old Swedish climate activist Greta Thunberg decided that she would go on to the next one.
Previous experiences with flotillas like this has resulted in attacks, interceptions, violence, and even cases of death.
Just imagine, your predecessor has just been bombed by drones. No one died on that flotilla. However, you gotta be honest, you're the poster child of climate change, and let's face it, you're not really used to harsh environments and a harsh situation. It doesn't get more harsher than what's going on in Palestine. But this girl has definitely won over the respect of so many people.
شكرا سفينة مدنان واحنا شايفينكم ان شاء الله تمضوا على غزة.
Because not only have people been killed in the past, the previous flotilla has been bombed by drones, and now you turn up and go, you know what? I'm famous. And if I can use my fame to draw more attention to this one, so there's very little chance that it's gonna be bombed and attacked because I'm on there and I get to break that siege, fantastic, I'm game.
If my presence on this boat can make a difference, if that can show in any way that the world has not forgotten about Palestine, and to try once again to attempt to break the siege and open up the humanitarian corridor and deliver the extremely needed humanitarian aid, then that is a risk I'm willing to take.
Now you got people like DJ Khaled, who are Palestinian, who talk about Palestine when it helps their career, but when genocide is happening in Palestine, you don't want to talk about it. Yet you have this girl. I mentioned climate activist. I mentioned Swedish. I mentioned 22-year-old. This woman, let's be honest, has her life in front of her. But she's chosen to risk it all. And that's why you have people even in Gaza cheering her on, waiting for her, watching her endeavors. To be fair, even people at home, they are tracking the flotilla and keeping an eye on it.
Madeleine is still on course. It was around here last night when I was going to sleep, so it's done a good bit through the night. And looking at everything that's surrounding them, that is the Madeleine there.
Here you can see somebody using Garmin Live Track. And she, of course, is not the only one on there. There is also another high-profile person on there called Rima Hassan, who is the French member of the European Parliament. So this flotilla started on the 1st of June. It's called the Madeleine Flotilla, named after a fisherwoman in Gaza who would do fishing all the way to the naval blockade of the Israelis just to feed her family. And it is due to arrive in 2 days' time. Yes, Monday, the 9th of June. And because no one can really put a finger on what's going to happen, that's what makes this more interesting, because all eyes are on Greta. She is documenting her journey. She's uploading it. Other people are doing the same. Interviews are taking place with high-profile news stations like CNN, because obviously Greta is on there.
You set sail a few days ago. I want you to tell me how the trip is going and how you guys are doing.
We're doing well, thank you. Spirits are high. We're doing the things that we would do at home, just in a different way. There are drones hovering above us for 3 nights now. Greek drones made by Israel, but it's going well.
So, Israel, it says, have claimed that when she arrives and when they arrived, they will be blocked. They will not be allowed to go in. Number one. Number two, they will be arrested. Some people are even, well, they're wishing harm upon her. This is mentioned several times on Twitter. This is a 22-year-old activist who has not broken any law. She hasn't done anything wrong. She just wants aid to enter.
We're speaking to you from the United States, where the South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham wrote on X, "Hope Greta and her friends can swim." Your response?
We can swim very well.
And the amount of aid that she's taking, or rather they are taking, it's transparent. It's not going to be a lot because it's mostly symbolic. But now the point is, whatever act Israel does, the whole world is watching. If they harm her, if they bomb it, then, like I mentioned, the Western countries cannot stay silent because it's one of their own. Yes, things have happened in the past, like Rachel Corrie and like the British workers that were there, and you had people that claimed to put Britain first, like Tommy Robinson. But when it came to Israel and British lives, they still opted to go with Israel. So there is that point of the argument as well, that when it comes to Israel, certain people and their morals just go blind. However, a lot of people are saying with Greta it's gonna be different because she is in front of the media eye. She's grown up in front of the media because of her climate change activism. So what do you guys think will happen? Of course, we know Israel doesn't give a toss. And frankly, Israel can do whatever they want because the Muslim world is asleep. The Western world that talks about and that exports their human rights, they are quiet as well, and they are waffling and trying to square a circle when it comes to Israel. What is going to happen, ladies and gentlemen? What do you think? Personally, I do think she's going to get arrested. She's not going to be allowed in. They are not going to harm the boat or her. They are just going to play the diplomatic role, try limit the damage as much as possible because their actions here will be seen and analyzed by a lot of people. I wish her safety. I wish the crew success. And guys, keep an eye on this story. Let's leave it there, guys. Until next time, Assalamu alaikum.